Hello children. Now in the previous class I explained to you about the sources of the Harappan civilization. Okay. Now in today's class we'll be doing the extent of the civilization, then urban planning, and in urban planning we'll be talking about the Harappan cities, then we'll be talking about the features of the urban planning. After that we will study about the houses, and then we will study about the monumental architecture, where already we have studied about the Great Bath. Then we'll do the granaries and trade. So these are the topic which we are going to cover in this class. So let's begin with the extent of the civilization. Extent of Harappan civilization. Now when we speak about the extent of Harappan civilization, what was the extent of the civilization? It extended from Suktanjandor in the west to Alamgirpur in the east, and from Manda in the north to Bhagatar in Narmada estuary in the south. So this only you are supposed to mention in your answer. Now the next you have urban planning. Okay, this is the heading. And under the urban planning, you are supposed to remember the important cities of Harappa. Okay, so the two most important Harappan cities are Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. So if the question is the two most important cities, you are supposed to mention they were the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Okay. Now apart from these two cities, now you before we do the other names of the cities, you have to remember that these two cities means Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, they are linked by the river Indus. So hence the name of the civilization is Indus Valley Civilization. So you may get why it is known as Indus Valley Civilization, because these two cities means Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are linked by the river Indus. So hence the name of the civilization is Indus Valley Civilization. Now the third city lies at Chanudaro. Fourth city is at Lothal in Gujarat. Fifth city lies at Kalibangan, and sixth city is called Banavali. So these are the important places where the remains of the civilization is found. Understood here? Okay. The next which you are supposed to remember, features of urban planning. This will come under urban planning only. It is also called town planning. Okay, because the city we have in this civilization, we have found the cities. So, what were the features of urban planning? Okay, the features of urban planning. So here you have to remember the main characteristics of town planning. This urban planning is also known as town planning. So each city was divided into two parts, the raised area and the citadel. Okay, raised area was called citadel and the lower town. So city was divided into two. One was called citadel, another was called lower town. And you already have studied that the raised area of the city called citadel. So the citadel owed its height to the building which were constructed on mud brick platform, and the citadel was separated from lower town by a wall. Then the important building like the Great Bath, the Granary, the Assembly Hall, and the workshops were located on the citadel. Okay, and the lower town, then what was the use of lower town? Lower town had a residential buildings where the people lived and worked. Okay, next feature, the main streets followed a grid pattern. Okay, and it was running from north to south and from east to west. And you have to know that this road was built from north to south and east to west, so that the prevailing wind cleans the road automatically. Then the houses at corners, street corners, they were rounded to allow carts to pass easily. Okay. House drains emptied all wastewater into the street drains. So they were having a very good drainage system. Very good drainage system. Okay, and each house was having a drain which was connected to street drain. The streets crossed the main roads at right angle, dividing the city into square or rectangular blocks. Okay, the next you have houses. Okay, so here again the main characteristics of houses were the following. What were the main characteristics? The residential buildings were built according to set plan, means some planning was done. Okay, set plan on a high mound in order to protect them from flood. Okay, then you had there were variation in size of the houses from single room tenement to bigger houses with courtyard up to 12 rooms, private wells and toilets. These were the this type of houses are found. Then the entrances to the houses were formed on narrow lanes which cut the streets at right angles. The kitchen was placed in a sheltered corner of the courtyard, and the ground floor contained storerooms and well chambers. Got it? The houses were made of brick and wood. Now, the next is monumental architecture. So, monumental architecture, here these are the contribution of the Harappans to architectural design. And it's evident from the following public buildings. One is the Great Bath, you already have studied. It is rectangular tank. Okay, and having a flights of steps. Then you also studied very solid, it is strong. Fine. The next you have granaries. Okay, now the granaries have been found at several sites. Now, which are the places the granaries are found? Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Lothal and Kalibangan. These are the places the granaries are found. So what was the use of these granaries? The granaries were used to store the goods. Okay, store the things. So here at Harappa, there were two rows of six granaries each. And to the south of the granaries at Harappa working floor consisting of rows of circular brick platform. Okay, this was discovered. Circular brick platform were discovered. So it is a belief that these floor were meant for threshing grains because in these crevices, in these narrow cracks, crevices means the narrow cracks. Okay, wheat and barley grains were found. The remains of the wheat and barley grains were found. Then two-roomed barracks, which possibly, maybe it is used to accommodate laborers who have been also found at Harappa. Okay, and the location of Harappa near the river Ravi suggests that food grains were brought to this place by boat, and it was built on a raised platform to protect it from flood. So this is about granary. Okay. Now the trade, you have to know that they were having a very good network of trade system, internal as well as external, landways as well as the overseas. So the presence of granaries, numerous seals, uniform scraped and regulated weights and measure is in a wide area. This indicates that they had highly developed system of trade. Okay, there is abundant lot of evidences, lot of proofs that the Harappan traded not only with the other parts of India but also with many countries of Asia. One of the example I'll tell you that the Indus seals found in Mesopotamia and some of the Mesopotamian seals are found in Indus. This shows that they were having a overseas trade relationship. The same time, the word Meluha is used in the Indus in the Mesopotamian script, and Meluha may be used for Indus. So here this shows that they were having a very good trade relationship. So today only up to trade. In the next class, I'll be explaining you the next topics. Okay. So we completed trade, the Great Bath and the granaries, then houses, features of urban planning, Harappan cities, and extent of the civilization. Thank you very much. Please learn it.